Yo, get up at the same time every single day. Just change that one fucking thing and you'll see how many different things like seem to change in your life. It's kind of crazy. Like I know the global consensus, I guess it is to get up early and hustle hard and shit like that. Like that's cool, but like I mean, just for like average people at the moment, like you got to be able to like put in little increments. You know what I mean? Not just like skip all the steps and shit like that. So like just get up at the same time every day. Like if you, whatever the 5 days a week, however many days a week you go to work or whatever, like go to work. You got to be there for that time, right? But like a lot of the times we like fuck it up. And then on our days off, we like get up at whatever time we please. But like just get up at the same time you go to work for those 5 days. Like you got to work like at the point in your life right now, right? So just try and like utilize that to your advantage. Like you have structure during the week going to work or whatever. And if you don't, that kind of sucks. Like start there. Like start getting up at a better time to go to work. You know what I mean? A little bit every day, a little bit earlier every day till you get that like perfect timing of getting up to go to work and shit like that. But a lot of the times, right, like we'll sleep in. Excuse me. We'll sleep in like crazy, right? Like we sleep in and ruin our days off. It's like fucked, right? Like I have to be at work by 6. So like I get up at 5. You know, half an hour to get there and half an hour to get ready. I could get up a little bit earlier, but it works for me right now. But the thing is, even if I had to get to work at like 10, I still think it's better. It is better just to get up at the same time and fix your circadian rhythm and your REM sleep. Like there's no point of being in this moment in your life or this period in your life where you work 5 days a week and then you go to work at 10, but then you get up at 5 on your days off. Like that's cool if you can do it, but like it's still fucking up like your sleep schedule and everything. Like more power to you if you can fucking do it, but just try and structure everything like for the 7-day week period of doing the same get up in the morning schedule that you have, like the same time. One, you'll find that it makes your sleep a lot better. Like you'll go to sleep. You're more likely to go to sleep at the same time every night if you get up at the same time every morning. It's kind of cool and kind of crazy, but you'll be more energized, shit like that. Like you'll just feel like and believe me, like everyone says get up early so you could be ahead of everybody else, but it's like, yeah, it's a competition with everybody else for sure in the background, but like what you really should be thinking about is like beating your lazy self, if that makes any sense. Like you're trying to get ahead of yourself. Like wake up at the same time every morning just to beat yourself, like to have some structure, to have some like routine and shit like that. Like that's like probably the best thing about it, right? Like if you just let things be like completely no structure and like complete anarchy, then you're gonna have a bad mental health. Like you're not gonna be able to get anything done ever. You're gonna be dragged each way by everything that like any adversity, any pleasure, any pain, anything that like comes your way. It's just gonna drag you, right? But that shit'll get you well rested. You know what I mean? Like, cause you're going to sleep at the same time every day, like as well. Like you wake up same time, go to sleep same time. Your body tells you to do that. It'll keep you well rested. You know that feeling when you get so many hours to sleep on your day off or like whatever. Like you could really just sleep until the fucking afternoon or whatever. But you still motherfucking tired as shit. And it's like kind of weird, right? Because you're like, what the fuck? I got 9 hours of sleep. But when I had my structure throughout my week, I could get fucking 7, 6, and I'll still be good. Like, I'll still be good to go. And I'll feel like so energized for the day. So like, more sleep doesn't necessarily mean more energy, if that makes any sense. Like, if you really just structure your sleep and your get up and sleep time, your go to bed time, like, then you'll see really what it does for your energy. It's kind of crazy. It's because you're fixing your circadian rhythm and your REM sleep and all that bullshit science stuff. It's not bullshit, but it's all that stuff that's really doing it, right? But yeah, get a head start of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you wake up late and you're so likely to wake up late and be like, I don't want to do anything now. Like, I know with me, like, yeah, it does go back to that shit where it's like, okay, now it's like late in the afternoon and now like everyone's already got the early bird, like the early bird got the worm or whatever that dumbass fucking quote is. It's like, yeah, that's how it feels. But also, like, I what really gets at me is like, what could I have been doing if I did get up at like my regular time? Like, I could have been ahead of everything. I could have been ahead of, like, you think like you let everything slip on your days off, but then when you go to work or something like that, you're like, think about how much you get done. Like, it may be for a job or whatever, but like, you so structured and you so ready to like get up and go. You know what I mean? But there's so much more you get done, like, in your work week, in your work days, rather than your weekend days. Even if it is for like a stupid job, right? But just be a little bit conscious of it and let it slide into your days off. Be like that in your days off. So yeah, you make full use of your day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks when you really just let your days off go to like shit. Like, you don't utilize your time, and that's like really where like you start to like hate yourself, if that makes any sense, is when you don't utilize your time like how you should be. Like, when those days off, like, yeah, it's cool when you're younger and shit like that, like, to just, and like certain occasions, like in the summertime sometimes, like, yeah, it's cool to have like some sort of like things to look forward to on your days off, but like, man, that's so short-lived, you know what I'm saying? Like, you live for like one night of going out every weekend, something like that, right? And then your whole days off are just done because you just keep waking up late. And you become in like an endless cycle of doing that. It's kind of crazy, right? Another one, like, I know for like me or like us, like people, like if you're watching this, like somebody's like skinny like me, like, there's a lot of likes. I found that it kind of helped with my appetite too, right? Like, man, waking up at a time that I'm not used to waking up, I just get so miserable, and I'm like, I'm so lazy. Might as well just keep laying in bed. You know what I mean? Fuck trying to eat. Like, I'm not even that hungry. Like, whining in my head. You know what I mean? Just being a little bitch in my own fucking head. But like, if you get up at the same time to what you're used to, like, man, your appetite, it'll structure your appetite to be like, wake up and want to eat and shit like that. Like, for me, I always need to be fucking eating because I'm so skinny. Like, all I am is bone and muscle. That's it. I'm 130 pounds. That is light as shit, bro. I'm always trying to fucking eat in bulk. Like, it hurts to fucking, for me to be able to put on weight. It's hard, but I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna look great because I put on just pure muscle and I don't have fat in my body. But it'll help your appetite. Like, man, the worst thing you could do is just fucking Like, I mean, if you're skinny, like, you're gonna want to be eating all the time. You know what I mean? And I kind of have a problem with it too, like in the sense of like fasting is good because it keeps you energized, but like you gotta eat during the day if you're skinny, because if you're skinny, you can relate in the way that if you don't eat, then you won't eat. Like your whole day will go by and you'll just eat like a fucking pigeon at the end of the fucking day, right? Like you won't eat that much. Maybe it's different for other people, but I know 100% for me like that. But if you just wake up at the same time, go to bed at the same time, even just eat light so you're not like feeling like, oh, really groggy from all that protein and carbs and fucking just like, it could be you wake up and then you eat too much and then you just really tired. Like I understand that feeling. That's why I like fasting. I do see the benefits to fasting for sure, 100%. But man, for skinny guys like us, like we gotta constantly be eating something, even if it's just you go light to heavy. It prevents social fog. I found that too. I found like you're not on point like when you get up at different times all the time. Like you try to like avoid conversations. It's kind of crazy, but two, like you're not even just mentally witted in a good way. Like when you're trying to socialize with people, like it's nice to be on point when you actually having a conversation with people as much as you can be. Like if you could make it easier to be more on point, then why not, right? But like it sucks when like you just looking like, and people could tell too, right? Like it sucks when you really be looking like a fucking zombie in front of people. Man, that is the dumbest shit ever. Nobody wants to talk to you, and you don't even want to talk to them. Like you just, it's like the law of unattraction. Like nobody's attracted to you in any way. But like when you have good sociability skills from like well rested and shit like that, man, people gravitate towards you. More opportunities through people occur. Uh, yeah. Prevents you being tired even when you've only had like a not as much hours of sleep, right? It helps with that. Like you're just more energized in general. You just need less sleep. Less sleep is needed. You'll find that. Uh, improves things like your immunity, concentration, emotional stability. Like when you really fuck up your sleep, you in and out of mood swings. You become like sort of like a little bitch. I know that's how I became. Like, man, you a slave to your emotions, your feelings, like shit like that. Like you just go with the wind and you get pushed around like a fucking leaf in the wind. If that makes any sense. You're really more in tune with yourself when you get up and go to sleep at the same time. You're more on point. Like those things that you think you need to do, or you know you need to do, you know you need to do. You're like quick to get them done right away, rather than just being like emotional about it and out thinking yourself. Like I find when you really fuck up your sleep and waking up schedule, like, man, you talk yourself out of the hard things that you need to do. You always like your good consciousness, right? It's like that the one and two sides, or the good and bad side, or whatever, right? It's like the good side, or the good consciousness or whatever, is like you gotta do this, you gotta do this or whatever. But then the other side or whatever it is, whichever one, is like, oh, but that'll be too hard. Like, oh, it's gonna take too long. You don't got too much time in the day because you got up like way past what you usually get up. Oh my God, like all this shit. Like, oh, now it's too late for you because you have this other thing. You gotta see this person or like anything like that. Like, you really end up talking yourself out of shit. It's so stupid. But that's it. Just work on like getting up at the same time, and it'll help go to sleep at the same time. Like, those two things are two sides of the same coin. But you'll see how that's like such a small thing, right? Like, just test it out for a month. Just test it out for 1 month. Even less than that, like a couple weeks, you know? I think a month is when you really would start seeing, like, you really do start seeing the benefits of it. But like 2 weeks is like a short period that anyone could do, you know what I mean? Just give it a shot. Like, experiment with it yourself. You got it, boys. We all got it. We gonna find ourselves. Let's go.